In today's Star Wars Toy Leaks news video, they have revealed the packaging for the Archive collection. We get a couple new glimpses at some vintage collection, as well as a little bit of video coming up. Welcome to Usualmike Television Toy Showcase channel. Welcome to New York City Comic Con toy leaks, video, reveals. You know what it is. This is your video where you get caught up on all the news of all the action figures that Star Wars has. Right at this very moment, we have a couple of new things to tell you. Firstly, there was a little reveal in our hotel room, which is off-site from the New York Comic Con, done by Mr. Stevie and Patrick is Offsider from Hasbro. Let a few YouTubers into the room. A couple of them, I was surprised how small their viewer base is. Smaller than mine, and they allowed that access to get in there and film all the new toys and listen to all the stuff that's going down. One of these days I'll get my head in there. One of these days. Anyway, I had a video to share with you from Jedi News UK, I think the channel's name is. They were in the room. Here's a little bit of that video.
Absence of Toys R Us. You guys are still going strong with a lot of stuff. With Target, Walgreens, you're getting a lot more exclusives. That's a good thing. Like, everything's selling well there. I know Veers just hit.
The interesting thing about exclusives is that we aren't actually doing any more exclusives than we have done year on year. I think what we are doing is we're announcing more exclusives at these type of events. So there's rather than sort of just coming and appearing, we're sort of announcing them a little bit more. Okay. So I think there's an appearance of more exclusives, but there isn't, because we keep exclusives pretty flat across each year. But they're doing well. You know, the Gamorreanguard is doing well. I'm seeing that. I saw that in my store. And I know some people can't find things, and people pounce on things and they go. Yeah, then they go. Then the reshipments. That's just the thing. I mean, exclusives allow us to kind of expand the line, and also, you know, retailers are really important to us when they get behind stuff. So
I know there were some issues with the distribution a while back. That seems to be fixed.
Yeah, distribution's kind of out of my
scope. Once it goes
out of my scope. I certainly got enough time to try and design these things, but maybe Patrick can help with some distribution questions. But, yeah, distribution's always, you know, just generally it's tricky. And you can never get everything perfect, and exclusives are that. They're exclusive. So we try and make sure that you know, especially retailers in one country, you know, that have exclusivity, but you know, most things are available outside of different countries. Just depends whether retailers want to come in on the game.
And with like I know the Leia and Han 2-pack, the Hoth set. Yeah. That's going to be an overseas exclusive, but availability in the U.S. Or Hasbro toys?
There are. I think the wording says, you know, there's possibilities of limited supplies in different areas on different online potentials. Nothing's been announced yet as to where that is. But we are conscious that not everyone can get to a place to get exclusives. So I was really happy just to kind of have an exclusive outside of America.
That's a UK exclusive, right?
Yeah, sort of.
So I'm gonna hit you up and ask you to order one.
There you go. So it's like, again, you can never win. Do it down if you do, down if you don't. It's like, so it's a tricky thing.
But though obviously the line's going strong and everything's good.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
Oh yeah, Black Series just keeps going and going and going. It's great, and I'm not running out of characters yet, so that's good.
Thank you.
Cool.
Some great stuff there. A little bit that I forgot to mention previously in my 3.75 inch is the Gamorreanguard. The Gamorreanguard. It was right there in front of the katana and I missed it. And I showed it in the video and didn't even mention it. It's being repacked again. It's going to have its original number 21. It's going to be an exclusive. It could be difficult to find. The 6-inch one's much sought after. Everybody wants one. Of course they're going to want the little one again, the 3.75 inch. That one's coming in around about next May. Well, it says for spring, which here on the bottom of the planet is fall, autumn. It'll turn up around about then. That's the first one. Next one, I have a video that's from their Sci-Fi Live Wire. They sat up on the stage and a couple of people interviewed the guys. They talked about the Vintage Collection tank, which was put together by cardboard, printed off in 3D pieces, put together, and now sold on the market. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. They also revealed Han Solo for the first time. Han Solo in the Stormtrooper outfit. Gonna be on the vintage card. Gonna be absolutely fantastic. By default, as I think I saw Fly Guy on Twitter say, by default we will get Luke Skywalker as well eventually on the vintage card in this same outfit when they were dressed like that in the film. Fantastic stuff. This is fantastic. I really want this figure. The other one they revealed on that table was the 41st Elite Corps Clone Trooper. Now I don't know much about this one, but people who watch Clone Wars, you're probably going to love this one. This is going to be fantastic. And here's a little bit of the footage of the reveals.
So just get rid of the mold, press the dust off of it. What do you got? Okay.
Ooh, who's at the top?
Oh, it's like Christmas. we got. Don't look.
Oh, IC88, a good one.
Show that.
So this is, I don't know what, oh, there's the camera. This is first time, you guys here, first time ever anyone seeing IC88 archive in his packaging. So a lot of thought went into this packaging. We have lots of meetings, our days are spent, a lot of meetings, my calendar's crazy. But basically a lot of conversations about the best way to do that. What we wanted to do is harken back to kind of the heritage of Star Wars packaging, but also the Black Series. So it's got a lot of the same kind of design and aesthetic touches of our Black Series design and packaging, but we also know we wanted this archive to be a timeless expression. We see this as our greatest hits or our Hall of Fame. This packaging is never going to change, so it has to stand the test of time. And in Star Wars land, there's nothing more timeless than the vintage card back, the blister card that launched Star Wars toys 41 years ago. So we saw nothing better to put our archive packaging on than a classic blister card. On the back here you can see, we reference that, oh look at that. We reference that original packaging that it came in with some details about that. So this is our archive packaging IG88, celebrating the heritage of Star Wars. And here we've got his good friend Boss.
Very nice.
And then finally the bounty hunter everyone's heard of.
Yeah. Clearly someone has stolen Luke.
Yeah.
I haven't got any Boss.
We wanted to focus on the bounty hunter.
He didn't have a chromium cover, did he? That sounds
Not yet. So our first one that we're revealing, so these are both in the vintage collection. So 2 new figures that we're showing, that we're going to show today, and then we're revealing more stuff at our panel on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Just a pre-warning, when I came in here, the security guard took this and went, "What's in here then?" I literally shook the bunch.
And we said, well, now broken toys. So that's great.
Fingers crossed.
So our first one, feel free to step in at any time, but basically, the great thing about the vintage collection, bringing that back, is that it's given us the opportunity to kind of do some tweaks and right things that were once wrong, if that makes sense.
All right.
Little quantum leap reference there. So this guy right here, other one, okay.
You want to do that one first?
That's all right, we'll roll with it. So this one right here, Han Solo in his Trooper disguise for vintage collection.
Oh. on, baby.
First time.
Yeah,
Oh, that is
there you go.
lovely.
So this is one, yeah,
Yes.
You can clap, it's okay, you can clap. Follow this man.
There we go. Great guy. So we've done Han Solo in his trooper disguise in the past, but there were some things wrong with him, right?
Yeah, so I believe Han came out in his Stormtrooper disguise for the Legacy Collection in 2009, I want to say. So we're bringing him back into the vintage and putting, there was never a Han Solo on a vintage card. Like back in my day,
it was crazy.
It was like, where's my Han? I had to wait till like 95 or 97 when we had the mail away for the Power of the Force. So he's coming back to his roots where he should be. So we've got a new face sculpt. It'll also include our photoreal technology, so we'll get a good Harrison Ford likeness. Comes with a remodel upper torso and a new helmet as well, new tooled helmet. So he is almost brand spanking new.
Absolutely. So great addition to our vintage line. We're really excited for him. And our next one that we're showing is another one that has had kind of a fun history that I learned more about a little bit ago. So this is our 41st Elite Clone Trooper.
Oh, there we go. Look at him there.
Yeah, give it up.
There we go, yeah. Lead it up.
I should have given that guy the tank. Not that. Lady, you got to give that tank back.
There we go. They can share it. Share custody. So you want to tell us the story
this one? Now in England we say third time lucky. In here you say
third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. That's
the right
it.
way.
So,
yeah,
the right way. Yeah, we said it first. I'm sure we did. So the 41st Elite Core Trooper. It originally came out in the Black Series 3 3/4 inch figures, I believe, and we did it completely wrong. We missed off the deck on his legs and on the thighs. It was bad. It was terrible. And then we re-released it with updated deco on the legs, but unfortunately it was only mostly available in international markets, and it wasn't available in the US. So we did that wrong too. And so we thought, well, with all the prequel love that's going on at the moment, we thought, well, let's bring it back to into what's it called? Vintage collection. Thank you. The vintage collection. Well, this time we've got it right. We've even got the grey. Little details like this make a lot of difference. We've even got the grey on the gloves and the grey belt. So finally, third time lucky, and is the charm. We've got this little beggar right.
Absolutely, yeah.
As I'm recording this, remember I'm on the other side of the world. The next Hasbro panel will start in about 10 hours time. I will be sleepy buys, not to worry. Soon as I wake up, I watch that. I'll get the next video up, letting you guys what's gonna go down, what they're gonna reveal, maybe some more Black Series, maybe some more vintage, maybe some Force Link. I haven't heard much about those guys for a while. Stay tuned to this channel. As well, I want to tell you about my mate Super Sorrel. I've talked about him before. He's the Palpatine. He got L337 Black Series figure really early. Fantastic. Here's a few of the stills. Excellent stuff. I'll leave a link down below for you guys to go and check out his video. Excellent stuff. Go and subscribe to him. Let him know Usualmike sent you. And that'll do us today. Thank you so much. More videos coming tomorrow. Stay tuned for them. If you want to stay up to date, hit subscribe. Tap that little bell for notifications. If you've enjoyed what I've told you today, slap a like on it. And go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Usualmike30. Or on Instagram at Usualmike Television. And if you see a leaked image on the internet you think I should be aware of, send it through the social medias and I'll get it up here on my channel. Thank you so much today. I'll see you guys in the next one. All the best.